ما أريد من هذا الشعب إلا أن يزيد في الحمد والشكر إلى الله عز وجل، ويزيد من محبة الوطن، ويزيد من العمل ومضاعفة العمل لما يسعى فيه من خير له وللدولة والأهل. هذا اللي أنا أدوره من الشعب، وربنا إن شاء الله يوفقنا جميعا على ما يحب ويرضى.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be seeing an experience of 20 years embedded in a 4-year-old company. To see how well it escalated, please watch the rest of the episode.
إلا محب زايد أسسها واليوث وراها داروا على الدانات 7 أبد. إلا دار زايد لا تقرب حماها لا تقرب منازلها إلا محب زايد أسسها واليوث وراها داروا على الدانات 7 أبد. نحنا شعوب لها نفدى ثراها نبذل الغالي لها دومونها.
I would like to say is that I started my life somewhere at the remote area in the South India. Now I'm sitting and I'm talking to all of you. When I was a child, I was hearing from the people that if they want to be successful, super successful in such a short time, they need to go to Dubai. When I was very young, I used to hear this. I was wondering, what are they talking about? What is this about? I did not realize this after I came here. And it is not a small statement, and it is a platform for the people who want to achieve their dreams. This is the platform, this is the environment our rulers have set with which we can excel ourselves in whatever we are doing. And there are 200 plus nationalities, and they are here. They are considering this country, UAE, as their country, and they are doing whatever the best that they want. And it is not an easy thing to provide such an atmosphere, to provide such a wonderful platform for the dreamers to achieve their goals and objectives. So I thank our rulers heartfully for whatever they are doing to the people, especially I thank you for everything. Thank you for having me in this wonderful platform. I have looked at some of the videos, and you are doing great job, and you are talking to people like me to encourage us and to give message to the people who wants to do something similar to what we are doing. Thank you very much, and I wish you all the best.
وجنودنا ليهم فخر بسماها نيشان فخر لنا دوم وأبد وبنت زايد للوطن الله حباها ربة أجيال الفخر عز الطلب وجنودنا ليهم.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new episode of Pearls of Union. Cities today do not grow by chance. They are engineered with precision. Behind that precision today, we have a company called Vision 9 Consultancy. And they build systems to keep that vision and movement efficient, structured, and future-ready. Leading it today, Mr. Bhaskara Gundluru, the Managing Director of Vision 9 Consultancy, and we are welcoming him today. Hello, Mr.
Hello, good morning. How are you, Meena?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank
We're going
you.
to start with asking you a couple of personal questions to know you better, and then we're going to move on into the managing and the company's questions.
Definitely,
Okay.
yes.
We're going to start by asking you a couple of personal questions to know you better. Can you tell us more about your experience throughout this path, about your educational process, and what brought you here today?
You are reminding me my childhood where I lived in a place the mountains meet rivers. This is a small village in South India. That's where I started my life. Then I completed my post-graduation, which is Masters in Transportation, in one of the premier institutes of India, which is Indian Institute of Technology, Madras. And later, I was so fortunate to work with world leading companies in my area. Dar Al Handasa, I worked in Egypt, and KUO, I worked in Qatar, and in Dubai, I worked with CDM Smith, an American firm, before I established my company, which is VNC. And I have got quite a few academic skills and diversified experience that is helping me right now in running the business.
Of course, that's an amazing journey. You went like regionally. Throughout your journey, what's some of the exceptional experiences that you had?
I was fortunate enough to be part of countrywide projects, citywide projects, and not necessarily to one particular country. So I was doing projects in UAE, in Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Kuwait, Bahrain, Oman as well. Outside GCC, I worked in Egypt and Africa as well, including Nigeria. So this was a great journey, great experience. I came to know a lot of standards and the guidelines to be followed in designing the transportation system.
Of course. Throughout this journey, what is some of the skills that you gained and values that you uphold until today?
I don't want to go for technical skills, but the best skill that I learned in my life is to how to manage myself, which is the best skill, I would say. I'm working on it on a daily basis, how to improve myself. I don't think there is any other skill that is necessary to do the work that we do on a daily basis. So yeah, I'm enhancing this machine on a daily basis to head on with any challenge that I come across.
Of course. Throughout this challenging journey, who are some of the people that supported you throughout this journey?
Yeah, so I have got very successful people behind me, and not only in my industry, outside my industry also. It is like they are speaking through every moment. Whether I'm happy with a particular success or whether I'm unhappy for anything that is happening in my life, they are there. And these are very successful and they are helping me on a daily basis.
Of course. Now I'm going to ask you a bit about the company itself.
Yes.
Since you have over 20 years of experience, but you actually started the company 4 years back.
Yes.
So what made you wait until this time to open the company? What's the vision that you had?
Yeah. So I want to tell you that for the past 14, 15 years, I wanted to establish the company, but I had no clue how I can establish this. I had no idea. When you have something in your mind, when you keep thinking every day that you want to do something and you don't know how to establish that, the nature prepares you and the surroundings in such a way that the time comes where everything is set for you. For me, COVID was the time in 2021. So I had to come out of the company that I was working with. It was a wonderful company and everything was kind of red carpet for me. Okay. So that helped me to navigate through this particular venture, and I'm very happy where I am today.
Sure, and then you built this company.
Is exactly.
So what do you offer today in this company, and what makes you different than the other companies in the same sector today?
Yeah, so we are a transportation and infrastructure engineering consultancy firm. We do projects, transportation projects, and we offer services, something like transportation planning. So when you want to build a particular community or a particular city, you need to do transportation planning.
Of course.
And after you plan transportation system for that particular community or a city, then you need to model it to see what is the demand over that particular network. To model that, we have different ranges of models. We have very high level model, strategic, for example, countrywide or citywide, for example, Dubai, Abu Dhabi wide models. And we have models which can deal with individual junctions as well for a particular signal or a roundabout. So we do have softwares. I learned these softwares during my career. And we can also do crowd modeling, for example, Makkah Haram.
Yeah.
There's too much crowd, too many people will go there and then come out. How do they come? How many elevators are available? How many escalators are available? What is the corridor width? All those things we model before, and we recommend building a particular width such that there won't be any issues later on. For example, stampede or any people get injured for any reason. So those things we avoid with this planning. Planning is very, very important, especially transportation planning.
Of course.
And we also do traffic impact studies, traffic impact studies for individual buildings like the building that we are sitting in. And we do for communities, big communities. And we also do road design. Once we finish the planning and engineering, then we can take it forward with the design. We develop how many lanes we need and all those details. We can detail this engineering.
Of course, that's a strategy I'm seeing in the plan. Additionally, you mentioned demand. Talking about demand in the market today, you started the company 4 years back.
Yes.
The big companies we know today are 20 years back, 30 years back,
Yes.
because the market grew up with them.
Yes.
So what are some of the challenges you faced while building this company like earlier? And how did you overcome these challenges?
I worked with such big companies. These are wonderful companies, as I said, and I have learned so many things from them. And these challenges that I'm coming through, everybody will have challenges at the end of the day. We have to, on a daily basis, we have challenges. And we are not worried ourselves about the competition because we are not competing with anybody or any other company. We are competing with ourselves. It is like how we were yesterday, how we are today. Are we progressing or not? So this is the question that we are asking ourselves. In the past 4 years, we have scored more than 210 projects, on an average, more than 50 projects in a year. And it is quite a number for a scale like us. Now we are 18 people. We have offices in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Sharjah. And very soon we are planning to establish our company in Bangalore also. That is the supporting office for our operations. So we are progressing.
Of course, you're progressing really well. I think it's the progress is coming from you facing yourself every day, not other companies. You don't escalate it based on others. You escalate it based on yourself.
Yes.
That's an amazing vision.
Yes. And the most important thing is that these big companies are inspiration to us.
Of course.
I'm getting inspired through these big companies because we have brought up looking at these companies as a company I'm talking about. So these are great companies and we are learning from them as well.
Of course, we all learn from bigger companies in the market.
Yes, sure.
Talking about the services that you told me about earlier, you offer a wide range of services actually. So how does each of your services embed sustainability visions in the UAE today?
Yeah, that is very, very important thing because as you see nowadays, EVs, electric vehicles, is a big thing now, and people are changing their choice towards sustainable modes of transport. So this is one of the vital things for us. Whenever we design parking, whenever we design roads, we are keeping the sustainable modes of transport, especially the last mile connectivity. People, when they get down, cars, taxis, bus, metro, how they go to their offices or their homes. This is very, very important. And we need to make sure that these modes, walking, cycling, e-scootering, and all other modes are there. These choices are available for the people. So we are taking this seriously into our operations, and we are developing we are contributing to the transportation system, taking this sustainable transportation as one of the core elements of our business.
Of course, it's amazing that you offer services and as well keep the environment in your mind, everything
Exactly.
sustainable in your mind.
Yes.
Additionally, you have like main projects like Wahat Yas and Hoshi Hypermarket as well.
Yes.
So building this kind of big projects, how did it contribute to the vision and position of VNC in the market today?
Yeah, this Wahat Yas transportation master plan, we are grateful for Abu Dhabi ITC because they supported us in taking up this particular project. And this was one of the biggest projects for us because it is very close to Abu Dhabi airport and very close to Yas Island as well. It has connectivity to water transport, future light rail transit, and we have the modes like private transportation. All these modes are available. Expressway, E10 next to it. And we have used the Abu Dhabi wide model for this particular project. So it is a great project to us. And also similar to this in Dubai, we did a project called e-scooter master plan. We were part of this project with one of our big consultants. These were our partners. So they were leading us and we were supporting them. And e-scooter master plan for 30 communities in Dubai, we were part of it, and when we were successful in delivering the traffic integration part of it. And in Ras Al Khaimah, there is a company called Rack Properties. It's a semi-government organization, and they are developing Mina Al Arab. Mina Al Arab in Ras Al Khaimah, they are building so much, and Mina Al Arab is one of the vital developments in Ras Al Khaimah, and we are proud that we are doing so many projects for them. And there are many other projects, like I said, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Bahrain, and other cities as well.
Of course, that was an amazing journey that you took us on for your company and your person as
Thanks
as
a
well.
lot. Yeah.
For the closing of today, I would like to ask you if you have any advice or a word for people who's passionate about this industry, especially that today our generation is actually more concerned about opening a new business earlier.
Yes.
We all think that opening a business like this should have been like 20 years back, so it's actually big now. So what message would you have or advice would you have for the younger generation?
Sure. I would suggest opening a company and running a company, it's not a big deal, provided you need to dream big, you need to work extremely hard, and you need to perceive it with a disciplined manner, and you will achieve it. And the other part of the question is that to do all these things, you have to set your fundamentals very strong. You should not forget your roots. You should always enhance yourself to as great extent as possible. Then you can navigate through this easily and effortlessly.
Thank you so much for today. And I think they always say the US dream, but today we are living in a UAE dream. Exactly. Yes. Thank you for the journey you took us on today. It was a really inspirational journey, especially with a 4-year-old company. But of course, it's built with a 20-year-old experience of yours. Thank you so much. And we're happy to host you today. Thank you, our audiences. We were happy to host Mr. Bhaskara today from VNC Vision 9 Consultancy. We'll see you on the next episode.